Hey, YouTube Nation, 10Dog92, sign back on for another race review. I apologize, this one is on Wednesday. Um, I just totally forgot to do it on Monday, yesterday as well, so here it is. It's on the race review, as you can see in the title, of the race weekend, this past weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway. You had the Xfinity Series in action and the Cup Series. Um, I didn't catch the first like 100 and something laps of the Xfinity race because I was away this past weekend. But from what I saw, it was decent racing. Um, Christopher Bell ended up winning the race. He's very very good. He's definitely going to be ready for Cup next year, no doubt. If he doesn't get into Cup, or if he doesn't get a ride in Cup next year, I don't know, but it's looking that way that he probably will. So we'll see where he goes. I forget who won the stages, but yeah, Christopher Bell ended up winning. It was the first Dash for Cash race of the year. So yeah, it was a decent race. Kyle Busch was not in it. I think I mentioned this in my last race review. If not, here it goes about Kyle Busch. He is not he's not racing Xfinity until August at Watkins Glen, and then he's not racing truck until the May truck race at Charlotte Motor Speedway, which is a lot closer than time wise than August, but whatever. And that's his last truck race, or is that? I don't know if that's no, that is his last truck race. He has a few other Xfinity races he's gonna do this year, other than Watkins Glen. But anyway, so that was that. Going on to the Cup race. Cup race, I again did not catch most of it. I caught the tail end of it, or the second half of it, I guess you could say. I was on my way home from Virginia on Sunday, so we listened to it on Sirius XM, channel 90. And yeah, it was it was a decent race, or it was one of the more entertaining races of the year from what it sounded like on from the front portion of the beginning of portion of the race on the radio, and then the tail end of it was good as well. There were crashes, but there weren't a ton, and there weren't too many. So if you get my drift, it's that to me is a decent race. And that's what we needed because the last short track, Martinsville, that was the worst Martinsville I've seen. And I've seen a lot of Martinsville races. I don't care that he led all these laps, Brad Keselowski, and won that thing, but it's like, you gotta have some wrecks. There was like, I think there was one or two wrecks in that, but it was like a single car thing, and it's like, oh, he cut a tire, or some stupid thing, you know? So going back to Bristol, Ty Dillon won the one stage. He won the first stage, I believe. And then Joey Logano won the second one, I believe. Could be vice versa, but I think I'm right. Kyle Busch ended up winning the race. So at least it's not Xfinity. So, you know, it is what it is. And yeah, like I said, it was a decent race. I give the. I guess I can't really. From what I saw and what I heard about the Bristol race, I give Bristol out of 5 stars. I give it a 4. So I don't really think I need to grade the Xfinity race because I don't know. But I do want to touch on a subject, and it does have to regard Bristol. The attendance. The attendance at Bristol. Um, I read, was it Monday or yesterday, that there, I think it was Monday, but there's an estimate of 38,000 people in attendance at Bristol for Sunday's Cup race. I don't know how many people attended the Xfinity race on Saturday, but it wasn't much either. So just put this in perspective. I believe Bristol holds a little over 80,000, or can hold a little over 80,000. So it's really crazy because when I went to Bristol, well, when I went to Bristol in 2016 for the spring race, it wasn't packed, but it was packed more than what everybody saw on Sunday this past weekend. Last year had more of a crowd actually than this year, and Bristol's been struggling with this for the past, I'd say, 4 or 5 years with the attendance. Uh, and I'm I'm mad at Bristol kind of, and I'm mad at the fans because everybody's like, "Oh, we need more short tracks, need more short tracks, need more short track, this and that, this and that," and then you get the fans saying that. Then you have, I call them the clueless fans, because every spring race, everybody acts all shocked. Oh my God, there's nobody at the. Why is the freaking race, or why is Bristol so empty? Why is Bristol so empty? Well, newsflash, guys, this has been going on for quite a few years now. Like I just said earlier, it's nothing new. It really isn't nothing new. Bristol's been struggling with attendance, especially in the spring race, since '08, and I guess we can't really blame the recession anymore. It's now about lowering ticket prices just a little more. And I hate to say it, but I guess the fans enjoy, from what I've seen on TV, with attendance wise at Bristol, I guess the fans enjoy the night race more. So, here's my two options. Or, what was my other thing I had to say about the fans? I said how they were complaining about they need more short tracks, and then they complain about how they always see there's nobody there at, not that many people at Bristol in the spring race. Well, that's nothing new. What was the other thing? Oh, well, here's the other thing, people. If you're near Bristol by under and by a couple of hours, I went to Bristol in 2016, and yeah, I know it's a lot of money to go to the races and stuff. I understand that 100%. But you're only going to fix the issue by going to the event. Going to the event. Okay? Bristol has to do their part, like I said, by lowering the ticket prices a little. And we have to do our part as well. So, I forget what I was going to say about the third thing is we have lazy fans that don't want to go to a race. And I understand some people can't afford to go to the races, some people can, this and that, whatever, and you've never been to a race. But don't go online and complain and say, "Oh, this race sucks, this and that, take it away, this and that." You know, you gotta help the issue a little bit. You can't just go on there and bash the hell out of the track. I have two things are obvious. One thing's obvious rather, and I have one solution. Or two solutions for this issue. The first obvious thing is people, like I said earlier, the fans, it looks like attendance-wise, they enjoy the night race more. It hasn't been packed like early 2000s and mid 2000s, but it's been pretty solid attendance compared to the spring race. So there's that. That's the obvious. We have two options here at Bristol, in my opinion. Make the spring race a night race. It's warm enough, whatever. If you don't want to go, well, yeah, it's warm enough, whatever. So make both races. Have both races at Bristol for the Cup Series night races. So be it. You make the Xfinity race a night race as well. Whatever. It's on a Saturday. Well, I guess that would be an issue. So make that a Friday because the trucks aren't there, Xfinity, and then have the Cup race on Saturday night. There's one solution, and I hate to say the second solution, but I think it might come 2021. NASCAR is going to look at this race, and hopefully the past few races, and say, do we take away the spring race at Bristol if we don't make it a night race? I think that's what's going to happen, guys. I really do, and I hate to say it, but take the spring race away, I guess, and make it an open spot for a new track like Iowa or freaking Rockingham or whatever else they're trying to do, Nashville Fairgrounds, Those are all three options in the coming future for the Cup Series. So, we'll see what happens, guys. I just wanted to touch on that subject a little bit, and I did. Again, I apologize that this video is coming out today on a Wednesday and not the Monday like I usually do. This weekend, NASCAR is the Xfinity and Cup Series. They are at Richmond Raceway. Cup races on Saturday night this weekend, and Xfinity races on Friday night. I did that backwards, whatever. So I will try my best to have the Richmond race review out on Monday and not on Wednesday. So I don't have any diecast coming at the moment. But like I've said in the past, if I do have a new one, I will put it up on here. Alright, guys. Peace. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, hit the little bell so every time I post a new video, you get notified. Alright, peace, guys. And Dog 92 signing off.